Valley Club, I hope you and your family are having a great Thanksgiving and just in time for all the holiday sales. We have a store guide for every single store in Marvel Strike Force. We're going to talk about some of the best purchases, some of the worst purchases, and what you should be hoarding. And if you're ready for the full store guide just in time for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, then you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. It is Thanksgiving today, and if you're celebrating Thanksgiving, hope you and your family are having a great one. But if you're watching this in the future, we're going to talk about every single store in Marvel Strike Force, talking about the best and worst purchases in every store. And if you get some value from this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell for even more Marvel Strike Force content. At least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos every single week on this channel. And I do want to remind you guys about a sale at INTOTHEAM. They've been sponsoring a few videos on this channel. There is an affiliate link down below that you can save even more, but they have their Black Friday sale going on right now till December 8th. So you can save 60% off their entire website. And if you use that affiliate link down below, you save an additional 10%. Well, let's start the store guide by talking about these limited time stores. So right now we have a turkey store going on. The previous month we had the candy store, and coming up next week should have a snow globe store. So with these limited time stores, one of the things that they've had in more of these recent ones is these awaken abilities. And if you're a completionist like myself, it won't matter what the awaken ability is, you're gonna want to get those. But if you are not caring about every character being complete, then you might want to limit yourself to which one of these you purchase. Now, one that you may not want to purchase is these Astral Team passive abilities, or these Astral Team awaken abilities, because what they're going to do is just extend all the Battleworld bonuses from the Astral Team into war. And if you're not really into war, these aren't going to give you a lot of value. So look at these awaken abilities, see which one are going to give yourself value. If it's going to give a character value in war, Cosmic Crucible, Rage, or just overall. If it's overall, you're going to get a little more value. Now there's Crimson gear, Teal gear, Orange gear. Sometimes there's some training mats. Sometimes there's other things. There's also character shards here. And with the most recent change to the farmability of the characters in this shop is a little more devalued because these are normally farmable characters. So the big thing here is you can spend gold to buy the currency. And in this current store, we have a Mephisto Red Star Orb that you could buy. It's a pretty good drop rate, 25% drop for the grand prize, which is some red stars, either a 6-star or a 7-star for Mephisto. For myself, I think this is a great price if you didn't pull any red stars from Mephisto. I'm still purchasing these at this point. I haven't pulled any red stars from Mephisto, so I'm going to keep purchasing these. But once you have red stars for Mephisto, if you have these awaken abilities, all it is just trying to spend your currency for whatever gear is the latest. And as of me recording this, it is the Crimson gear. So you already have the red stars for Mephisto or whatever the grand prize is for the Snow Globe store if you're watching this in the future. And if you already have all these awakened abilities, I think you just spend this on gear for your character. So that is my thoughts on the limited time stores. They may change for the Snow Globe store. We may have some different valuation of these, but just that is my opinion of what the turkey store is, and hopefully that translates over to whatever we have in a Snow Globe store. Taking a look at the main store here, I think the only thing you could really purchase here is things with gold. We have Crimson gear, we have Teal gear, we have character shards with power cores. I don't think this is a great value at all. Even if you are going to go to the next star level, I think it's still better to hoard these power cores, use them on other things. I don't think this is a great value unless there's a certain niche case that getting that character to the next star level will really increase what you could do in the game. You got these T3 training material, ability materials, T2 ability materials as well. I think the best thing to purchase in this store for myself is this green gear down at the bottom, and that is just so I hit those milestones of purchases. They have 3 purchases every single day. I'm usually not spending gold in this, although with this Celestial Lattice, I don't have a lot of these. I only have 2, so I bought one of these. But normally, I would save my gold unless you're still trying to get into whatever the next Dark Dimension is. In this case, the most recent Dark Dimension that requires a Crimson gear is Dark Dimension 7. 8 requires all purple ISO 8. So if you're still trying to get into Dark Dimension 7, you may want to purchase this. If you are already past the most recent Dark Dimension, I think this stuff really gets devalued. Moving on to the Blitz store, you have these orange orbs here, these orange catalyst orbs, mutant gear orbs, very, very outdated. purple gear as well. We still don't have teal gear in the Blitz store. We still obviously don't have crimson gear in the store, but this Blitz orb is great for newer mid-game players. If the majority of your characters in this Blitz orb are not at 7-star, you're gonna get the most character shards from this Blitz orb. However, if you want to selectively purchase which characters you want to get shards for, you know, some of the more recent characters are a little bit more expensive, 975 Blitz credits versus the 500 for the older characters. These are the characters that are gonna give you value in the game right now. Characters like Spider-Man Pav, who's still part of the Spider Society. Venom, part of the Hive Mind. We got Slayer, part of the Sinister and Superior 6. Rescue is also in the store. Darkhawk is also in the store. This is one of those stores that every single character in the store you could always purchase. And for Rescue and Darkhawk on that Pegasus team, they are going to get a little bit of value in Battleworld right now, because if you don't have a full Astral team, you can still use the Pegasus on some of the Battleworld nodes. But eventually, when you get the Astral team, you probably don't want to invest at all in Darkhawk and Rescue. Other characters that have value in the game, Namor, part of that Cabal team, very, very good character since his rework. Deadpool is also in this store since he's an older character, a cheaper character, but pairs very well with Old Man Logan and Panda Pool. Very, very strong resurrection that happens with there. Sunfire is also in this store, and he got a rework part of the Alpha Flight team and is needed for the raids right now, and just has some value in other game modes also, like Cosmic Crucible. And last but not least is Silver Surfer. Now, this character doesn't have a ton of value, but did recently get a rework as part of the Annihilator team. And if you want to place a full Annihilator team, either on defense in Crucible or defense in War, is going to be give you that synergy there. So that is with the Blitz store. That is my thoughts on the Blitz store. Let's move on to the next one, the Raid store. Now, this one has some Awaken abilities. Only has Awaken abilities for 3 characters: Green Goblin Classic, Black Cat, and Nova. Now, Nova does not have a lot of value in the game right now, kind of just a war character. But if we have Tower Mode come back, or one of these events, you may need Nova, but I think the big Awaken abilities are going to be for Green Goblin Classic and Black Cat. Now, you may want to just hoard this stuff, because Old Man Logan has been out in the game for a while. He's had this legendary event for a while. We were able to get a lot of Awaken abilities for Old Man Logan for a while now, and I expect him to go into this raid store next. So if you don't have all the Awaken abilities for Old Man Logan, that is a character that you can get. But Black Cat has some value, a little bit more value nowadays with the Secret Defenders because the rework for Doctor Strange. But I would say Black Cat's value mainly for Cosmic Crucible and War. Same thing for Green Goblin Classic, although I think you're going to get a little more bang for your buck with Green Goblin Classic than Black Cat. Now, with the Raid store, you only have a few slots for characters. You're not going to be able to see every single character that's available in the store like the Blitz store. It's going to be on a rotation. And some of the characters that are worth investing in is Miss Marvel Hardlight. Still has a little bit of value, part of that Secret Defender. Still use her more Cosmic Crucible character or a War character. Not really seeing the value in Arena or the raids right now. Nico Minoru just got a little bit of rework, part of the A-Force, at a stat upgrade. But the main thing that you may want to invest in if you like War, pairing her with some of the absolute A-Force to get a little speed bonus from her passive. Starbrand is part of that Out of Time team. Not one of the meta teams in War right now, but we also have Pandapool, who's in this shop. Good character. Cyclops is in this shop as well, and he is part of the Extreme X-Men, although he is probably the first Extreme X-Men that's going to be replaced. And as soon as we get a new raid replacing Orcus, I do believe the Extreme X-Men and the Hive Mind are the first teams to go. So invest in Cyclops at your own risk. Kraven is also in this store. Vulture is also in this store. Cloak is in this store as part of the new Warriors, and the value for all 3 of those characters mainly being Cosmic Crucible and for War. Icarus is also in this store, and Icarus, before the Ares upgrade, had a lot of value. Since the stat upgrades that Ares brought, not as much value, but is still a very, very good character. Moonstone is in this store as well, and she's a part of that Masters of Evil team. Big Time Spider-Man has a little bit of value as well, kind of a soft counter or a hard counter to the Black Knight. And Ironheart is also in this store. She recently got a rework as part of that War team, the absolute A-Force. So if you are into War, that may be a character that you invest in. But if you're not, probably don't invest in Nico Minoru or Ironheart. As far as the rest of the store, we do have some good teal gear here. So if you're trying to get into Dark Dimension 6 and lower, this stuff will help you out. And we also have some blue gear as our orange gear. blue gear, lots of purple gear, other stuff here. So there's the blue gear, and then other character shards that are just not as good. Some minion shards. I guess they don't want you to buy the minions, which is why they're all the way here at the bottom. But this is an okay store. This is probably one of the more recently reworked stores, other than the brand new Battleworld store and the new Turkey store. This is probably the most recent reworked store. But yeah, even nowadays, it still has lost a lot of value. In my opinion, all these stores need to be upgraded a lot more, or updated a lot more than they are. One of the big problems with these stores is all this currency that we have. As soon as they put something in a store, players have been playing for a while are able to purchase this right away and max it out. And then they just hoard this currency for a while because these stores aren't upgraded. And checking out the orbs in the raid store, we have these Armory 19 orbs, these Crimson Gear orbs. These are good stuff. And unfortunately, you cannot buy these with raid credits. Some of these older things like this teal and older, you can purchase with raid credits. This raid orb does have some value as well. And if you want to see every single character that is in the raid store, you could go to this raid orb here, go to the center pillar. These are every single character that is available in the raid store, even though they may not be in the rotation that you're seeing right now. Last but not least is the Spotlight Raid Orb. I would hoard these until you need character shards for the featured character. The center pillar does guarantee 5 shards of the featured character. As of me recording this right now, Black Panther Shuri is the featured character that will be changed very soon. Gladiator is soon going to be replacing Black Panther Shuri in the Spotlight Raid Orb. So make sure that you just open what you need for this orb, then just hoard this until the next character goes in there that you don't already have maxed out at 7 stars. Now, the Arena store, like the Blitz store, is one of these stores that you can see every single character that's in this store. Sasquatch, Dawkins, Peter B. A lot of these newer characters, they're going to be at 975 of these arena credits. The older characters at 500 arena credits. And one of the things that you could purchase here are training modules. Now, sometimes we have 60 of these L4 training modules in a slot, exact same price of 800 arena credits. And then we have these 32 L3 training modules. When it is in the 60 is when I'm buying these L4 training modules. When it's in this 20, I don't buy this. Now, as far as this arena orb, it's a little different than the Blitz orb and the raid orb. With both of these raid orbs and the Blitz orb, you do get a little more value by just getting these orbs directly. You're getting more total character shards at the expense of not selecting which characters you're getting shards for. Arena orb is a little different. This costs 800, and while it is cheaper than some of the more recent characters, it is more expensive than these older characters. So if you're just looking for the most amount of total character shards, the raid store and the Blitz store is those orbs in there is what's going to get it for you, but the arena orb is not like that. If you're just wanting some of these character shards here, you don't have a lot. I still don't think it is worth the arena credits to buy that. But as far as which characters are worth it right now, Sasquatch, part of the Alpha Flight team. We also have Dawkins as part of the Mercs for Money. Peter B. Parker is on one of the most versatile teams in the game, the Spider Society. That would be in the raids, Cosmic Crucible War. Very, very good. We have the Void Knight here as well. Very valuable character, also part of the Hive Mind team that has a lot of value in other game modes, but Void Knight has a lot of plug and play value. As far as the rest of these characters, we have to go down to Gambit, Spider Noir for some value. Gambit is part of that Extreme X-Men team, and Spider Noir doubles in part of that Tangled Web. They still have a lot of value after all these years, but he's also on that Spider Society team, so he does have that raid value as well. Looking at some of these other characters, Dagger still has some value as part of the New Warriors. File of a little bit. The Infinity Watch is losing a lot of value, but she is still part of that Infinity Watch, and they do have value in the game. That is about it, though, as far as the character shards that are worth purchasing still in the arena store. Now, as far as the war store, not a lot of character shards. We have 3 rows of character shards, so 9 character shards. And this is another store that you're going to rotate the characters in this. We have some characters that you see right here that are worth the value. Iron Patriot is a valuable character. North Star, valuable character. The rest of these characters, very, very questionable. Ironheart Mark II is a Pegasus character, and until you have the Astral, that may be the route you go for Battleworld. But as soon as you get the Astral team, this isn't really worth investing in the Pegasus anymore. Other characters that are worth it in the War store, Forge is in this store, and he is one of the more valuable Extreme X-Men in the game. Carnage is also in this store, and Carnage is a part of that Hive Mind team and is really the speedbar manipulator because of his passive. Cersei is in this store, and if you are building up Icarus, you probably don't want to build up Icarus without Cersei. Spider-Man 2099 is part of that Tangled Web team. They still have a little bit of value in Cosmic Crucible, but the rest of these characters, Absorbing Man, Sylvie, Dazzler, just lost a lot of characters. The rest of the characters in it is not worth it, but we do have some teal gear here. I would probably purchase the teal gear in the raid store rather than this. You're not getting as much teal gear from this in exchange for your war currency, but get a lot of war currency. I'm not really sure what to buy in the store right now. As far as the elite currency, if we go all the way down to the bottom, we do have some place that we can spend some alliance credits for even more war credits, elite war credits, elite 4 credits, which are absolute trash right now. And unless there's an event that you need more war credits or elite war credits, getting these probably wouldn't be purchasing with alliance credits. Now, as far as these orbs, it's not really a good use of these elite war credits because the blue gear, purple gear, orange gear, teal war orb, unless you're a newer player or mid-game player and need some of this stuff, it's really not worth it at the end game. So yeah, a lot of the stuff you're doing in the war store is character shards and just hoarding after that. Moving on to the Cosmic Crucible store, this used to be one of the more valuable stores, but just gets updated so little. I'm not sure what to do with all these Crucible credits and elite Crucible credits. As far as the characters here, we do have a few good ones, and we see some of them right now. Black Knight is a great character. It is not really in the arena meta nowadays, but is still a tough character to counter. Penny Parker is in this store, and she's part of that valuable Spider Society. You see Leader here is a part of that Cabal team. If you're really into Cosmic Crucible, Cabal is a solution for a lot of locks on defense that are tough to solve. Red Goblin is part of that valuable Hive Mind team and is one of the more valuable members, probably after Void Knight. Red Goblin is probably the most valuable member, unless you count that Carnage passive here. You do still have some value from Quicksilver, although he's more of a plug-and-play type character. He's not really on a team that is meta right now, but is a good character. Lady Deathstrike just recently got reworked as part of that Orcus team and is a beast. Has that stat upgrade and is very, very strong. Other characters that are not pictured in this Cosmic Crucible store right now, Agatha is a very, very good character. Ghost Rider Robbie Reyes still has a little bit of value as part of that Secret Defenders team. Nightcrawler on that Extreme X-Men team still has a lot of value, but the rest of these characters are questionable at best. Captain Carter may have a little bit of value. Iron Man Infinity War is part of that Pegasus team, again, may have a little bit of value if you don't have Astral, but as soon as you have Astral, stop investing in Pegasus because they're not going to give you too much in return. Now, as far as the Crucible credits, this is not a great exchange either for the teal gear that you can get with your teal credit, your Crucible credits. Not a lot in this store. Orange gear, purple gear. If you need this stuff, if you're still catching up and need this stuff, then I guess it's great to buy. But yeah, the rest of the stuff, I haven't purchased anything in the Cosmic Crucible store for a while. And as far as these orbs, again, these have not been updated in a long, long time. So I'm just hoarding a lot of these Crucible credits here. We do need some Crimson Gear orb in this store. Crimson Gear seems like it's outdated because not only have we had Dark Dimension 7, which required Crimson Gear, we've also had Dark Dimension 8, which required Purple ISO 8. So I would think it'd be time to loosen up the farmability of all this Crimson Gear, but either devs have not got around to it or they don't think that is the case. Now, as far as this next store, this Dark Promo store, is this Elite store, I guess it's called. You get some diamonds for characters, you got some red stars for characters. It is a good store. I would purchase the red stars for characters that you already have the gold stars for, because like this case in Captain Britain, I don't have that 6 gold star on him. So this 6 red star would mean absolutely nothing until I get that 6 gold star. So just be aware of that in this elite store. And I guess the best purchases are the characters that you're using a lot. So let's say, for example, you're using Carnage a lot or Iron Patriot a lot, and them having more stats is going to help you in the game. Those are the characters to invest in. I would not invest in any characters that you're not really using in a bunch of game modes. As far as the orbs in here, these diamond orbs are really, really great. These master diamond orbs, I think you have to win them, but they're a great orb if you do manage to get some of these. And these red star orbs, well, they are very, very outdated. The red star system is very outdated. What I would do with this 7-star is maybe hoard these for these elite diamond credits. Now, what I've been doing with opening my red star orbs is opening elite 6s for characters, and then hopefully using some of these normal silver promotion credits or these gold promotion credits to get that 7th red star for these characters, because as you know, it takes a lot of time to get these gold stars for these characters. And usually by the time we're getting that 7th gold star for a low spend or a free to play player, They are in the store. You can purchase them with just these gold promotion credits, and I have an abundance of these, so that's what I'm doing with these. And then all these Elite 7s, what I'm doing is just trading them in for 5 silver diamond credits to get more diamonds on my characters. Let me know if that's what you're doing in this store. It's pretty individualized, so there's no real cookie cutter answer that will satisfy everybody for what is the best thing to do in this store, but hopefully some of these concepts help you out in making good purchases in the Elite store. Now, the ISO 8 store is not one that I go to a lot. I don't think I've ever purchased anything with these year credits or anything like that. But I have opened some of these orbs here. Now, normally I do that from the character select screen, the characters that I need more ISO 8 crystals on, and just hopefully I have enough ions there. So this is a pretty simple store, just get what you need. But normally I'm doing this from the character select screen, not the store itself. This Ultra store is pretty simple. If there's a character that you don't have at 7 red stars and you have the credits, well, get them, because I think some of the point of the game, at least for me, is to get these characters maxed out. And as far as these orbs, this Ultimus orb does have a chance to get the character you want. However, every character in the game is in this, and you could get some shards for these characters. Very low chance because of all the characters in the game, but if you're really wanting some character shards and willing to take that gamble, this might be something that you want to do. Costume credit store, I have not used this. I have not opened this orb, but I haven't used this store in a while. We just haven't had these costume credits for a long time. Usually with these events, they're not getting this overflow of costume credits that we can purchase the characters we want. We get some of these red bits or dark blue bits or pink bits or something like that. This just awards the character's costume, or they've just been giving out the costume. So this is a very outdated store. The newest store is this Battleworld store. Now, this is a store that's constantly changing, and next week we should have some Orcus characters go to this, which means that the Annihilator characters are going out. So Gord is going out, Gladiator is going out, Thanos Endgame is staying here, and Hank Pym is staying here. So if it looks like this is going to be their permanent farm location, so if you want shards for these characters, this is the place to get it right now, because Gord is moving out of the store and into the Blitz store. Gladiator is moving out of this store and going to the Spotlight raid orb. Well, we are going to not purchase them at least until next week. And next week we should have the Orcus characters come to this store. Sentinel, Omega Sentinel, and Nimrod should be replacing Gladiator and Gore. There is some purple ISO 8 crystals as well. These are very hard to find, but because of the cost and the limited resource of the Battleworld credits, probably wouldn't purchase these unless you have all of these characters that maxed out. But because they're placing newer characters, like the Orcus is going there next week, I think this is the place that you want to save these credits for character shards, and they just get this purple ISO 8 in other places. As far as the orb, these are some pretty good orbs, but at the cost 30,000 of these Battleworld credits, I don't think it's worth it. So Valley Club, that is my assessment at every single store in Marvel Strike Force. Very outdated. The Turkey store / Snow Globe store is good. The Battleworld store is pretty good because they're pretty new stores, but every other store very outdated. I hope the devs do listen to this and find some solution that they can upgrade these stores without having this extra surplus of all this extra credits that we have. So that is my assessment of stores. Hopefully you got some value from this video and it helped you in determining what you're going to purchase at each store. If you did get some value, leave the video a like. And if you want to see what to do to win in Arena right now, whether you're a new player, endgame player, anywhere in between, check out the video up there, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great Thanksgiving. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.